Welcome to this video where I will be sharing with you a sketchbook tour of my September daily Neocolor nature drawing. So this is my very small talents art creation sketchbook, one that is dedicated for my daily nature drawing. And this is a series I started in September. I think it was September 10th when I posted the first short with Neocolor II nature drawing, and I've been continuing this ever since, and I thought it would be fun now that we can approach the end of the month to share with you what I have been drawing. And by the way, if you have not been following the shorts series, I have a playlist where all those are collected, so you can check that one out, or you can just watch these monthly recaps and summaries that I'm gonna give you. These were my first two daily sketches, and at this point I was very much learning how to make YouTube shorts, kind of also finding my own way of doing them and how I want to edit them and what kind of drawings I want to make. What we have here is just a simple little acorn and some blackberries, and I really enjoyed making these two. I was fairly new to YouTube Shorts. It's not something you have seen me doing lots on this channel. I'm more for long forms. I'm much more doing the kind of longer videos, but I was enjoying these two and I decided to continue and to make it kind of a daily series. The next spread is really a red one. So at some point, I think it was when I was looking at this spread and I realized that actually the colors go very nicely together, and that I decided that each spread is going to have at least somewhat similar colors. I think that makes a nice visual effect. And on this spread you can see this red mushroom, and some of the pigment is left unactivated. Some of the pigment is left inactivated, and I think that brings really nice kind of textures. And I was very happy with this kind of more darker red tones and how the shadows and light are playing on this one. And then we have this cute little apple with very weird leaves. No idea where those are attached to, but I really liked the kind of texture that we can see here. I was really happy and with the colors as well, so I think this spread just makes me happy to see kind of joyful spread. Next, we are approaching kind of mid-September. Here are some golden glowy little mushrooms. I think these were just a cute, very quick sketch to make, and I was really happy with the light and shadows again, and the kind of color combinations that we have here. I believe it was Sahara yellow with ochre that creates that kind of very nice combination of a golden color here. And next is the first pumpkin of this sketchbook. At this point I was a bit more confident with how I want to film and edit my shorts, and I was really happy with this pumpkin. I like the different colors. If you look at close, you can see there are lots of different colors here, and I was very happy with that end results at that point, and still am. Next we have something blue. So we have these cute little blueberries where I enjoy how the light is actually hitting. There is the light, and then there is this darker tones, and I think here really the color combinations were the key. I think I used this periwinkle blue and probably some ultramarine, and there might even be some of this Prussian blue included. So I was really happy with those, and then of course just some simple leaves. And then a little bird, and I have to say that sketching these birds, those are challenging. I try to keep it so that I can film the video in about 3 minutes. The reason being that if this is a daily thing for me, it has to be quick. And I also want to keep this very loose and not go into too much details. So drawing and sketching a bird in 3 minutes is not something that's very much on my comfort zone. But I was happy with this one. I think it looks really cute and it has some personality, and it's kind of sitting there happily watching the blueberries. That being said, we have another bird with this more red and orange and brown toned, and that one is looking a mushroom. This bird, I think, if I remember correctly, I did struggle a bit with it. It has this kind of weird angle to it, and yeah, but I still like it. I like the personality and I love the colors, and also these very loose leaves, and this is kind of how I like to keep these spreads, that I'm not putting all the effort on all the details, but they are more like impressions and daily sketches, and just being happy with using these colors. And this mushroom isn't that joyful one. I don't know why it makes me smile every time I see this one. I think it has a really nice colors, and I love how the kind of pigment is playing here. There's some very thick pigment layers, and then there are those much more translucent areas. And next we have a bit more like golden and purple spread, so just some simple falling leaves, and look at those colors. This is beautiful combination of this kind of purple color and some more golden yellow, and I think those two, of course, they're complementary colors, so they work beautifully together and create really nice effects. And then there is this fun little pumpkin with lots of different colors and textures. If you look closely, you can see there is this kind of very beautiful texture, and it has some real character, and I love that. And I also love that kind of very dark details that I added. As I've said before, dark details, something I struggle with. I don't often add enough contrast to my art, so I was really glad with this spread that it had some darker details as well. Next spread we had some red berries, very quick sketch, very kind of cheerful one. Nothing much to say about this, just playing with different colors and playing with light and shadows. You can see there are those kind of very dark spots, and then there are the more kind of lighter spots where the light is hitting. And I also love the kind of color combination on the leaves. And then a very simple lonely leaf. This was probably a day when I was really busy and didn't have much time for sketching, so very kind of simple one, but still playing with colors and color combinations, and that way giving myself the kind of color joy of using color for that day as well. Next is a funny spread. First of all, I have no idea where one page has gone. I know that it didn't have any drawing, probably needed that for some note taking. But then we also have this sad little mushroom. This was not part of my shorts series due to the fact that I filmed it and the video got corrupted somehow and was never posted. But here it is, part of the sketchbook, and you can see it as part of this sketchbook tour. And then some purple berries. I think these are also some sort of blueberries that I wanted to draw again, because who doesn't love to use purples and blues and all those beautiful colors. And here I've added also some ochre to the leaves, which kind of indicates that it's more fall time. I really love this, and I love the colors here. You can see that it's no longer kind of super bright greens that we have in the nature at this time of the year. And next, another acorn. This was the golden page with just golden browns and ochres. I was so thrilled to paint this and draw this. I think this was kind of one of the most relaxing ones that I did. I was very, very relaxed making this one. And then of course some flowers, some fall flowers. I'm not sure if it's flower as such, but I think it is. It's something joyful and something to bring us happiness and smiles in between of all those kind of fallen brown leaves. Next we have some grass. So it's kind of autumn grass, sort of kind of field with very simple elements. So this was I would say a rather quick sketch. Again, one of those days when there isn't too much time, but this is the kind of field or grass elements that I think we can see everywhere at the moment, especially if we go to the riverside. There are all these weird looking and fun colored grass and hay and all that sort of thing, but it makes me happy. I think those are the beautiful small things that we don't always pay attention to, but when you create art, you start to see those as well. And here is again a fun little mushroom, very simple brown golden mushroom accompanying these kind of grassy elements on the other page. And then I think we are approaching the last spread for September. Again, a cute little bird with some nice contrasting colors. I loved adding this purple here. Look how different it would look without that. Of course, it would match beautifully with the next page, but I think the purple adds just something extra and kind of highlights that beautiful ochre tummy of the bird. And with this one, I also really love the contrast of adding that. I think that's kind of Payne's gray. I would say that's probably Payne's gray that I've used for the shadow parts or darker parts of the bird. And last but not least for this month, we have this little, I don't know, it's probably some leaves or something. And last but not least, we have this beautiful kind of colorful autumn colors of leaves here on the right hand side. So that was all the sketches that I did for September daily Neocolor nature drawing, a challenge that I set myself at the beginning of the month, or not in the beginning, but 1/3 in the month. And have I enjoyed it? Yes, definitely I have. It's a lot of work, I can't deny that, but it has made me use my Neocolor IIs all the time, and that's something I truly enjoy. And I learn new color combinations and discover new ways of using these crayons every day. And as you know, I love Neocolor IIs. They are one of my favorite mediums, and this kind of daily practice makes me just, embrace that and enjoy this medium more and more. I have been continuing this challenge also now during October, so you can follow it in my channel, and I will also be sharing with you the end result, again kind of the sketchbook tour at the end of October, and then we'll decide if that will continue also to come months to come. There are lots of pages on this one, so there is definitely still room to do that. So again, let me know if you've been following along, if you've been also drawing and enjoying your Neocolor IIs during the month of September, and I hope that you will enjoy your own art journey, and I will see you again soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.